I moved to Calgary. And then when I moved back was when like it all kind of spiraled out of control because I moved to Calgary for some different reasons. I was seeing a girl at the time and it was just, hey, I was fresh out of high school and I had kind of like, I started cooking at Chance Palace in Langley on 88th.
What the?
Yeah, I know.
Chinese place?
Yeah. The only white dude in the kitchen.
Oh my!
And
how did you get that job? Why'd they even hire you?
My sister was a server there. She's
like, hey, hire my white brother.
Yeah, into a Chinese food place.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and I started like dishwashing a bunch, and then I'd like do the odd job for the guys in the back and stuff. And I was like, well, cooking's pretty sick actually. Like I kind of like this.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Calgary, which my uncle is an exec chef there, and I was like, this is perfect. I get to move with my girlfriend. I have a job secured, and it's not in Langley, which was like, I didn't want to be in Langley at the time.
You had enough of it.
Yeah.
So you moved out to Calgary from here with a girl?
Yeah. I moved into my aunt and uncle's place in the basement.
With her?
And she moved into her dad's place because she was from Calgary originally.
Oh, okay.
And then I like fully embraced the cooking life, which already in and of itself is like the most unhealthy lifestyle, if you ask me. It's just not trying to brag, but it's like, it's long hours. It's ridiculous amount of work. And if you're not fully committed, it sucks. Like I know so many people that are like, oh, cooking is so fun and it's easy. And then you get put into like that high pressure situation. You're just like, get me out. I don't want this.
Yeah, it's definitely different if you're just cooking at home for fun as opposed to in a commercial kitchen stressing out all the time. So you hadn't gone to school before it for then. He had a restaurant out there you were interested in. He was going to let you kind of just learn through that.
So I was talking to him about it because I actually had applied to SAIT Polytechnic in Calgary. And because First Nations, I don't pay for school. It was like, fuck it. I'm moving on to campus. I'm getting my own knives and shit. I'm going to school. This is the real thing, right?
Yeah.
And like, for some reason, it didn't work out with our First Nations band. It wasn't funded or something. It wasn't on the school board of lists or whatever. So it was just like, sorry, no dice. And then me and my girlfriend broke up a couple times, which was a fucking mess. And then the second time I was like, yo, I need to leave Calgary. This city sucks. It's cold. I literally commuted 3 hours to get to work.
Oh, you were not close to your job.
Oh, no. I lived in the north and worked in the south. And the transit system in Calgary is a fucking joke.
Oh, my. Yeah, that doesn't sound very enjoyable.
No, it wasn't fun. And it's snowing 9 months of the year. So I was like, fuck it. I'm moving back to Langley because that's where all my friends are and everything. I literally left everybody.
How long were you there for in total?
Like almost just under 2 years.
So quite a while.
A while, but not like, I don't know. It wasn't for me, man.
Yeah.
It was not good for me.
Well, it's not like you were there for 2 months and just decided, fuck it, I'm coming home. Like, you stuck it out and tried.
Yeah, like I legitimately tried to like it, and it wasn't for me.
And you were in that kitchen. That's where you worked like the whole time.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. That's when I first got introduced to like, this is what a 10-hour shift is. This is what actually trying at your job is. This is what taking pride in what you do is. And that was like a really good basis for me. And then I moved back home, and then I started hanging out with all my regular friends again. And then it just got to the point where like I had left Calgary, and this is when I was like fragile in the sense, because like I just broke up with my girlfriend. I was 18. I was 18 when I moved back, and I was like, I didn't know.
So you could drink out there.
Oh yeah, I had 3 like milestone birthdays because I moved to Calgary. I had my 19th birthday there, which was 18, and then I moved back home because I moved there when I was 17, and then I moved back home and I had my 19th birthday, and then 20's 20. And then we went to Vegas for my 21st, and I was just like, this is a lot. Like, this is not good for me. But like, as soon as I moved back from Calgary, I didn't have like a structured system for myself because I had quit my job. And then I came back, and for like 3 months, I didn't have a job. I was like smoking weed every day. I was drinking too much. And then oddly enough, I had like this really weird group of friends where we would like, we took this shed in my backyard and we literally turned it into a trap house where it was like, sure, anybody can come over at any time and we can like smoke weed, smoke darts. Like, this is when I was like, I was smoking like a pack a day. I was drinking a 6-pack like in a week, which wasn't a lot, but like for me at the time, it was like, whoa, let's get twisted kind of thing. And then it really turned south because that's when I didn't have a job. I had literally nothing to do. So I would wait for my friends to get off so we could smoke weed and hang out in this shed and do nothing all day, right? It was so unhealthy.
But where did you get the money? Like, or did you just have some money banked? Like
I just had money banked.
Okay, so you weren't really worried about it.
No.
I actually had a friend who had the same thing. Like, they had property down by Zero Ave, and they called it the Shack, and everybody would just go over there and get fucking hammered, smoke weed.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was like when you said that, right? It was like literally the same thing. I know exactly what you're talking about. And I get one thing I'm curious about. Like, throughout that time, like, what were your eating habits like?
Oh, dude, I was
like, what were you generally like? You were drinking, smoking a lot of weed,
and then I found Coke.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very good for you, let me tell you. But it's like, I wasn't eating anything because I was like out doing shit and I wanted to be with my friends. And this kind of like, it just stuck with me. Like, I weigh 128 pounds. I've weighed that since grade 10 or whatever. And I've developed the worst shitty eating habits. And I swear to God, from Kitchens. And it was like, it got to the point where I was in Calgary and I would take smoke breaks over taking food breaks because getting a 5-minute smoke was like, suppresses your appetite. It's enjoyable and it relaxes you for 5 minutes.
It's enjoyable.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that suppresses your appetite. So would like any of the other drugs, maybe not weed, but even alcohol, I think maybe just the way you feel like the next day, it's always kind of like you're not really hungry because you kind of don't feel the best.
As fuck.
Because I feel like I had similar eating habits where I always was kind of just like not hungry. I never felt it. I never felt good enough to eat. I just always kind of felt shitty and I was like, fuck, it's just nicer if I don't eat.
Exactly. It's like, I'll eat if I'm like detrimentally hungry or I'll drink some and like, I wasn't drinking water. Like, I just lived this really shitty, unhealthy lifestyle from like the age of 18 to like until I got sick.